Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Infamous Daniel coming at you guys again, and I wanted to give you guys another personal review today on Power Rangers. It stars Desiree Montgomery, Naomi Scott, RJ Cyler, Luddy Lin, Becky G, Elizabeth Banks, Bryan Cranston as Zordon, and Bill Hader as the voice of Alpha 5. It is directed by Dean Israelite. And the story behind this movie is actually about 5 students who come across these sets of stones which allows them to harness these magical powerful abilities which they use to save the world. Everybody knows Power Rangers. Everybody wanted to be a Power Ranger growing up, you know, it was like the coolest thing ever. I remember as a kid hanging out with my friends, you know, just, oh, I want to be the Black Ranger, just... Anyway, I know it's super silly, but having said that, I did not like this movie. I really didn't care for this movie almost at all. I don't want to bash films. I don't feel like that's what a film enthusiast should really do. I'm not here to just always bad, this film's terrible. You know, it's not really what I like doing. So I'm going to start off on the pros on this movie. I'm going to start with a little bit of on a nice note. I really enjoy Bryan Cranston in this movie. I really, really did. I enjoy anything he does, to be honest. I really enjoy the cinematography at the beginning of the movie. During the crash scene, I really, really liked the pan-around view where it did, showing the cops, showing him driving, showing the cops, showing him driving. I thought it was super cool. I thought it was a really nice touch. I really, really enjoyed the costumes in this movie. I mean, who doesn't love the costumes? I mean, I think they do look badass, personally. I think they look fucking awesome. That is it. That's pretty much all the pros I can say about this movie. I mean, alright, so moving on to the cons. I didn't like the story in this movie. I really, really didn't like that all of them were just magically there and they happened to really be there and find these stones the way they did. It was just really unbelievable to me. Did not enjoy the pacing in this movie. I mean, we start off on such a cool note. We got this really cool shot, Red Ranger on planet Earth during this really, really bad fight and battle scene. Just in the background, things look really destroyed and it looks badass. He's crawling, he's dying, and he just sets the stones in the ground and hopes they can find another set of Rangers. And then we're taken out of that experience. We're just pulled away. And it's like, what happens? We're left with this hour-and-a-half origin story movie, and normally I wouldn't mind an hour-and-a-half origin story movie if it was something I cared about. I mean, these characters are just really blah. And throughout the whole movie, it's supposed to lead up to them being the Rangers during this badass action scene, and it's a little bit of a letdown. And Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa, I really didn't like it. I really didn't like her animal take and everything like that. It was just not a nice touch for me, is the nice way I can put it. And most of all, I felt like there was no character development. I mean, we're meant to believe that these kids are going through the struggle and that they're hurt and that they are leaning on one another in some form or way, but it's just, their actions are a little stupid. I mean, I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but this one character, who I believe his mother is sick and may be dying, constantly leaves her because he's scared that she's going to die. It's a little stupid. I don't want to be a dick, but it's just a little dumb. Just really unbelievable, and that point on, I really just couldn't believe the rest of them. Now, the cast in the movie is very mediocre. Luddy Lin, I thought, probably being the worst, the Black Ranger, my favorite Ranger. I really didn't care for it. And then the person I thought was probably good out of most of them was RJ Cyler. I mean, he's the nerdy one, he's the Blue Ranger, and he's got like this little syndrome and stuff, and it kind of adds to his character. It's a little fun. At times, it really can be fun. That's really it on the cast. I thought everybody was all around a little boring and just uninterested in what they were doing the whole time. Red Ranger is meant to be this leader and this good guy, and we're supposed to back him up, but we don't. I mean, he gives us a real reason to back him up. And the action scene, the whole thing that we're meant to lead up to, this badass thing, and it's supposed to be awesome and super cool, was just pretty much a big letdown. I really didn't enjoy any of it. It was kind of boring. I may be nitpicking too much or maybe have high standards. I really don't think so, but I was trying to enjoy it and just I didn't like the choreography between the fighting. I really didn't like how they won. I really didn't care for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, my honest review, I'm gonna have to give Power Rangers a 4 out of 10. Overall, my biggest complaints with this movie are just the pacing, the character developments, the story itself, the villain, pretty much everything that makes a film bothers me about the movie. And I don't want to like hate it as much as I do. I really didn't enjoy it. I really, really hope you enjoyed watching this video, guys. I had a ton of fun making this video. And as always, I'll see you on my next review. Have a great day and just be safe, everyone. Peace out.